Good morning, and welcome to Brunch, a taste of Tobago. I am your host, JW Moore, aka J Soul, and I'm going to be kicking it with you for the time being. I hope that's all right. We had a bumper to bumper 2 week celebration of the Tobago Heritage Festival, and we culminated with Emancipation Day. It was so much fun to be had, so much festivities, so much pomp, so much splendor, you name it, and we did it for the past 2 weeks. We are back here on Brunch, bringing you anything and everything that is Tobago. For those of you who are just joining us, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and of course, Amplia Network 102. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, we have our segments, and this segment is called the Good Stuff segment, where we bring you inspiring stories of men and women who are doing very impactful things in the world and affecting humanity in a positive way. So let me just get to the good stuff, and then I'm going to tell you a bit about who's on today. We have a really interesting show. Our health corner is coming up. Our Iron Bagel feature is coming up. We have a book club today, and we have so much going on. So let me get to the good stuff so we could get into the business at hand of what is happening on Brunch today. Heritage Festival comes to an end. We have the Mariah Old Time Wedding Masqueraders, and they are performing for the Emancipation Day celebrations, which took place at Crown Point, Tobago on Tuesday, which was yesterday, which marked the culminating of the Heritage Festival and also ushered in the awakening of Emancipation Day. So I saw some wonderful outfits. Oh, those magnificent textures and tones and colors and shades, and our beautiful women or very handsome men. You all came out in all your glory yesterday. And I just want to say blessings to you and thank you so much for being a part of the celebrations. I take you now to the Newsday. Darren Eli's to play a Songshine for Pan Month. So that is something that you definitely want to take a look at. It's amazing that our national instrument is getting the recognition that it so truly deserves. And I want to just say to Trinidad and Tobago, we are a treasure. We have so much to behold, and we need to embrace that and, be patriotic about it, because other countries and other persons are coming in and they are enjoying what we have, but we have to continue to exhibit a sense of pride in what we have as Trinbagonians. Yeah, supporting nursing moms in the workplace. This column by Verdell Bishop, that is something else that you would want to look at. World Breastfeeding Week commences August 1st to August 7th. And the initiative was taken where there seems to be a need for these kinds of provisions for working mothers, young mothers. There's always that discussion where we don't have enough daycare essentials or enough daycare services, or sometimes logistically speaking, or daycare is not very close to where we work. And that is something that is a bit of a dilemma for most of us, as not just as mothers, but most of us as parents. And this article speaks to that. So you might want to check that out. It's a very interesting article by Verdell Bishop. And just before I go to a break, I just wanted to let you guys know that we are on tomorrow and Friday. I know some of you were asking, where was I? And I was a bit under the weather, but I said, you know what? I'm going to brave it today, and I'm going to come out and I'm going to have this show with my brothers and sisters, my kings and queens. So we're going to take a break and we're going to be right back. Our health corner is up next, so don't miss it. Get your snacks, get your drinks, and we'll be right back after this with Brunch, a taste of Tobago.
Right now, Tobagonians are just scurrying down to Bonaccord, right in Stobin Local Road. You know why? To come down and shop at Authentic Builders General Hardware, the only hardware store in Tobago that is giving you guys Trinidad prices. So for instance, such as steel, half-inch and 5/8, $7,895. 5/8 construction ply for $260. Every single thing that you will need to do your home renovation or start your new construction, we have it right here. And to get your quotation, it's very easy. Just WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will do your free WhatsApp quotation for you.
How it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna. Look up below, 'cause this is your show.
Summerama, real steam for the summer standard. Is a dream for the summer. Dreamy, steamy, standard. What you have? What you have? All the best deals, no drama. Standard be beat like a hammer. Go tell your friend, tell your papa, tell your mama. We got more, we got more. Standards are what you're searching for. Quality brand, discounts galore. New things for the summer, online in store. Summertime is here, so make the most out of it at Standard. Never beating on quality and price. It's nice.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
That created the Zinger sandwich comes the KFC Crispy Barbecue Zinger.
The only one I see is you.
Cheddar cheese, crispy onions, the most delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken, and barbecue sauce. Get ready for a whole new level of flavor.
Are you flood ready? Review and update insurance coverage. Install floodgates and barriers. Create a family flood plan. An initiative to help people prevent, prepare, recover. TATIL, where people are people.
Mamai Lakai Home Services. We specialize in cleaning of carpets and rugs, mattresses, living room and dining room sets, vehicle detailing, cleaning and sanitizing of homes and commercial spaces. We also do landscaping and tree cutting, pressure and power washing, floor care, fumigating and air purifying. You can also call us for professional painting services, babysitting and adult sitting. Call us now 333-4430 at Mamai Lakai Home Services. We take cleaning to another level. Jimmy's Holiday Resorts has 1, 2 and 3 bedroom fully self-contained apartments located at the heart of Crown Point. Minutes walk to the popular beaches, restaurants, bars and the airport. Enjoy our amazing amenities such as fully equipped apartments complete with Wi-Fi, AC, TV and a pool and a mini-mart on the compound. Call 639-8292 or 8929. Jimmy's Holiday Resorts is your family's home away from home. The best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorn's Place with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-8676. We are located uptown Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorn's Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable.
Summerama, real steam for the summer at standard. Is a dream for the summer. Dreamy, steamy, standard. What you have, what you have? All the best deals, no drama. Standard be beat like a hammer. Go tell your friend, tell your papa, tell your mama. We got more, we got more. Standards are what is urgent for. Quality brand, discounts galore. New things for the summer, online in store. Summertime is here, so make the most out of it at Standard. Never beaten on quality and price. It's nice.
And we are back with Brunch, a taste of Tobago. Now, before we went on the break, I would have indicated that our health corner is up next. And I am speaking with a very accomplished medicine man, right? He knows his stuff. Today, I'm going to be speaking with resident chiropractor, Dr. Max Ween.
That's okay.
Max Ween.
You can call me Max too. Some people do.
Dr. Max. Yeah, I'm going to be speaking with Dr. Max today. Dr. Max, just tell us a little bit about chiropractic services.
Right.
Some of our viewers may want to know exactly what that is.
Now, a lot of people don't know what chiropractic is.
Yeah.
So let me explain to you what it is. Chiropractic is the art, the science and philosophy of vertebral subluxation. A vertebral subluxation is when one or more bones move out of juxtaposition in their relationship in the spine. So there you have a vertebral subluxation. What a chiropractor's function is to analyze those bones, see where they are, and adjust them, taking them back to the near normal position.
Right. And
by doing that, the patient becomes less pained, no shoulder pain, particularly first X-ray we're going to look at. And so the focus of the chiropractor is to get the patient well.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way he can do that, or she can, is by adjusting those bones. Not cracking, because I don't crack anything. I'm not a back cracker.
Right. But adjusting.
I adjust your spine to ensure that you regain health.
All right. So there you have it. Those of you who wanted to know, he would have just answered that question. Dr. Maxwell, how long have you been in the chiropractic field?
Oh my God, I graduated in 1994. I've been in Tobago 15 years. I've been up in Grenada 20-some years, Carriacou, and Trinidad. I've been here since I came back home.
All right. So there's no doubt that you know exactly what you're talking about. And so I'm hoping that you guys are tuned in and that you're getting the answers. I know you have a lot of questions, so I hope that you're getting the answers that you need. All right. So today we're talking x-rays, we're talking findings, adjustments.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So take us through. Like I said during the break, I'm going to let you do
Okay,
what
most
you
of the
do.
talking.
Yeah, I would interject
How would I do best?
sometimes.
Okay.
But you are the expert, and I'm just going to let you
Okay.
do what you do. Yeah?
When a person comes into to me for care, the first thing I need to find out is why
Definitely.
and the need for care. And for me to find that out is to interrogate the patient, their clinical history, the physical history, and then navigate somewhat to get some good responses so it could direct my care. When I've established that, I need x-rays because I'm dealing with the spinal column from the base of the head, base of occiput, to L5, S1, which is the sacrum, first tubercle, and the last lumbar vertebra. I must see that. I must understand why they're getting the pains. And from my analysis, it would tell me this is possibly why this is happening.
So you're looking at the mechanics.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Now, without the x-rays, I'm at a loss. Look, I'm an MD, and if you came to me before I was injured, and you told me about chiropractic, I don't want to hear you. I thought I knew everything,
Yeah.
right? And I found out I was so wrong, right? After becoming a chiropractor, I see that this is a new field of healthcare.
Yes. And a new field of study as well. There's always something
You can learn and
grasp.
stuff. So
Yeah.
I said, wait a minute, I can walk now. I couldn't walk before. And so I went back into school and I got a doctorate in chiropractic
Okay.
as an MD. And I've been practicing it ever since. Another thing that spurred me into wanting to explain why chiropractic is so important. I used to work with one Dr. Polanco, and I am the person who used to break the spinous processes in the lower back when we're doing surgery to remove a disc. And I am the person who used to pull the disc.
Right.
Someone else used to stitch up and suture up and so forth. So I know what is done when a person has surgery. Right. I don't want none of my patients to go through that. Trust me. Because that is what was going to be done on me hadn't a chiropractor adjusted me and brought me back to health.
Yes.
So today we're looking at a person post-accident and pre-accident. Patient comes into me, send him for x-rays. This here are views of the neck. I'm looking from the base of the head, which is right here, and this is the first cervical vertebrae, and there's the second. So this is usually called atlas and axis. And I'm going all the way down to about T1. If you come in this one here, which is anterior to posterior view, and this is a lateral view, I would see T1, T2, T3, and so forth. I can identify these bones here of the spine. And when I can identify them, I know where they have shifted. Now, immediately I can tell you from this x-ray that the second bone in this patient's neck has moved over to the right. Right, exactly. This bone here has moved to the right.
Slightly moving.
But C3 has moved left. And C5 has moved left.
Right.
Right. So I have to identify that. And when I identify that, I start adjusting with some of the bends and turns and so forth and see what kind of functionality that there is in the spine.
Right.
Rotation and flexibility and so forth. Now, this is a patient coming in to me when I send them for the x-rays. And then I'm going to show you an x-ray where they had an accident. So people say, Doc, I went to so-and-so, never got an x-ray. but how come I'm not doing it the right way?
Right.
Because unless you're a magician, you can do that. And I am not a magician not by the stretch of the imagination. Right. So this here tells you the patient has a curve in the neck that is close to a lordotic curve. It was off a little bit with my measurements because you do have to measure the curve and so forth. So this is a curve that the patient's supposed to have, a better one, but it's there. You can see it like a C. See how it is?
Yeah.
Right.
It's a
Now,
curve.
right. That is post-accident. Now,
Okay.
I would show you a film now that is pre-accident. I'll show you one now that is post-accident. Same person. And look at this neck carefully. And now you would tell me if this neck is the same neck.
This one?
Right.
Yeah.
Is it the same neck?
It seems to be the same neck.
But is it in the same position as the last one?
No, it seems to be straight.
Right. Oh, wow,
There's
you
a-
got it. No,
yeah,
that
it's a
neck
straight
is referred to
alignment.
exactly. So it's
Yeah.
misaligned right away. But so this is post-traumatic, and analyzing to get a feel of where these bones are. I must do some rotation and flexibility in this neck to see what is happening. From this alone, the person can have carpal tunnel, tennis elbow, bursitis, that is the shoulder, the elbow, and the wrist, chest pains, inability to breathe properly, and so forth. And having analyzed this, my findings, I would tell the patient. I say, listen, this is what I found, and so there is cause for care. If there was no cause for care, I will not give you care. There must be, in my practice, there must be a reason I am giving you care. And you cannot come into me without having x-rays done, feel I'm a magician, and I'm going to fix you up. I can't do that.
Yeah.
It's virtually impossible. Only Christ can do that. He put his hands on you and you're good for days.
Definitely.
You know, but I can't do that. So I need the x-rays. This is one of the greatest inventions in this century. This here. Because it identifies to the chiropractor his approach and how he's going to give care to this patient.
Definitely. Yeah.
Now, the first x-ray I showed, I'm going to show it again. And you could see there's a distinct difference. But it's the same spine. So what I have to do now is to go in there because the bones are there out of place in this one as well.
Yeah.
So I have to go in there and fix that up. I have to adjust it. There ought to be no chiropractic care without x-rays. It's criminal. None.
Say that again.
There ought to be no chiropractic care without x-ray analysis.
Yes.
Because it's criminal. I can hurt a patient.
Or make things worse.
This patient came in with a frozen arm. Could not move the arm. Young man. Could not put the arm up. And no one knows what is wrong. You understand? And thank God he was my patient, came in and he brought in the x-rays. You see the difference?
Yeah.
See why it is so important to have x-rays? I'm not joking about that. And I would stand alone on that. I don't care who else say what they want to say.
Yeah,
You
it's
must
important.
have x-rays. I say all the time in my lectures, if you come to me, I'm a cardiologist, and I didn't question you about your heart and get all kind of tests about your heart, run from me.
Yeah.
If you came into me and I'm a orthopedic specialist and I can explain to you where those bones are, the functionality, the movements of those bones, and so on, run from me. Likewise, a nephrologist. I'm a nephrologist. You come in and I can find out what is going on with your kidneys. You're in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, it's like taking your car into some of these guys, the garages, and giving your car to fix. They fix something else, and you go back in the car. It's the same thing. And you take it by somebody else in the same thing. They're all mechanics, and you say, "Oh, this is wrong with it," and fix it up.
and
You
fix-
go open your
yeah.
car the second time, you bring back home. I said, "But wait a minute, this thing is still happening. What's
Yeah.
happening?"
So it seems I am looking at you and I see the excitement. It seems like it's an exciting.
Oh, I live chiropractic.
Yeah, I'm seeing the
I live it.
excitement.
Trust
I'm
me.
hearing it. It's exuding off.
Remember,
of
I
you.
couldn't walk, you know.
Yeah.
I could not walk. I always say to my patients, be careful. I had a jump. I was a paratrooper, and my parachute didn't open.
Oh,
I'm alive.
wow.
No, I wasn't so godly. Yeah? I was real bad. But that made me.
He was real bad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, certainly. I turned my life.
Yeah. That was the turning point for
Oh,
you.
yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. God knows what he does, man.
Yeah.
If I was an MD, I wouldn't be this way. I wouldn't be this way at all.
Yeah.
It's different.
And he stepped in. He showed up.
But he
at
put
the
me on the
right
ground.
time. Yeah.
He put me on the ground. We jump over 2,500 feet in the morning. You know what that is? You see a cow on the ground, it's like a cat. So he put me on the ground. I didn't know when I got to the ground, trust me. So this, that I had to go to school for, nobody gave it to me like no gift, you know. I went to school for this stuff. But he gave me the opportunity to do it and to learn it well and efficiently.
Yeah. But like, what are some other common issues that you see in your patients? Like,
Yes.
like people would come to you
Yes.
and there's like so many
Yes.
people have
Yes.
this common
Yes.
issue.
Yes.
What would one of those things be just before we break?
One of the major things is knee pain and hip pain.
Yeah.
Very common.
Okay.
Tingling in fingers, numbness in the hand, tingling under the toes.
Yeah.
Can't get up in the morning and stand up because you feel there's a pad on the knee there. Like you're standing on a bar of soap.
Yeah.
Come on. Can't raise the arm, can't button the bra.
Yeah.
The doctor, you know, since last year, my husband had to button my bra for me. I can't button it.
And these things may seem basic, but there are definitely issues
Oh,
that
certainly.
people are going to
certainly.
come and need your help with.
Yes,
And you're there because you're coming from a place of experience.
Yes.
And so there's the passion there
Oh,
to
yes.
make others well.
Oh, yeah. Let
And
me
that
show
is
you.
what
Let me show you.
But we're going to come back. Remember, stick up in.
All right.
What you were going to say to me.
Okay.
We're going to come
don't
back.
forget.
We're going to take a break and we're going to be right back with more from Dr. McSween.
Jade Monkey! Stand tall! We celebrate a living legend, Curtis Garant, the Outer International General Garant.
As a semi on a mission, as a banter.
Garanti!
They shot call. In the dance.
On the 6th of August, it's a celebration with the General Grant, and he's coming with his friends, Gordonite, Ziggy Rankin, Ice Sasha, and Prophet Benjamin. Your DJs, Trendsetter Goofy, and adjacent G Artistry, Dreads International. Admission only $100 at the door. You pay more. Get your tickets now at Jade Monkey Bar, Barcode, Happy Place Bar, and Pablo Supermarket. For more information, call 266-6626 or 366-0991. Follow us on Instagram at Jade Monkey Bar TBG. On Facebook at Jade Monkey Bar Tobago. It's a celebration with the General Grant on the 6th of August from 9 p.m. at the Jade Monkey. This event powered by Digicel, Carib, Cool Control Air Conditioning, and Blue Heron Establishment.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Inner health, number 13B, Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago, with over 25 years experience offering services in and not limited to microscopic blood analysis, reflexology, and the sale of a wide range of organic herbal products used to supplement thyroid, lymphatic, heart, kidney, and brain health, and the male and female reproductive systems. Come and chat with us. Remember, your health is your wealth.
Are you flood ready? Recycle and properly dispose of large waste. Avoid sweeping yard clippings or trash into drains. Plant trees to avoid soil erosion. An initiative to help people prevent, prepare, recover. Tatil, where people are people.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
If you see or know about a crime, report a crime safely and anonymously. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime. You can play your part safely and anonymously. Report a crime. Earn a reward. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime. Be a hero. Champion. Fearless citizen. Be a crime stopper safely and anonymously. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime.
We are back with Brunch, a taste of Tobago. I am speaking with Dr. McSween. On the break, we were having a conversation, and guess what, guys? Patients actually fly from Trinidad to come up to see Dr. McSween.
And from Tobago too.
Yeah, and if he's not here and he's in Trinidad, persons fly from Tobago to see him. So you see the caliber of what we're talking about. The experience, the knowledge, the passion for what he does. And so this brings me to my next point. Now, we were talking before the break about patients that come in and there are common issues that most people would have, the numbing, things like that, tingling
pain
and
in
stuff
the knees,
like that.
pain in the groin area,
Yeah.
pain in the butt, can't sit properly, pain up in the neck, headaches, and so forth. I find these common issues point to a direction.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably doing similar things.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they've been doing things that they became injured, never knew about it, and continued to do that.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes you can be doing something for a very long time and it's not necessarily the right thing for you.
Exactly.
And so that's where the problems come in, because it gets to the point where it's too much to bear, and we're coming to Dr. McSween now for Dr. McSween to fix us.
Like, for instance, you come into me, something I get very regularly from patients. I said, I'm going outside with you, right? You drive with a car? Yes. I walk outside. They get into the car, and they put their foot in and fall in the seat, and they just came from me. So you see the issues there? Mm-hmm. So if you have all these drivers doing the same thing, getting accidents, they don't know what is happening. All of us, oh my God, I got up in the morning and this pain here, and going down my legs, going down my knees, my feet are numb, and they don't know. They've been doing the wrong things to exacerbate the condition.
Exactly. And that's what I was saying. When it gets really bad, we come in.
And you expect me to be Jesus. I tell them, I'm not Jesus.
Exactly.
I'm serious,
Yes.
It's unimaginable the kind of discourse and conversation I have with patients.
Mm-hmm.
They say, but I hear so-and-so, and I hear so-and-so listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hear nothing, all right? You come into me, let me see what the problem is, and I'm going to try to fix you up.
Yeah.
They feel it's boom, boom. They say that man have magic hands and stuff. I got no magic hands. God gave me the opportunity to educate myself and so forth. And that's where the magic is.
Yeah, definitely. So
You know?
it's from the creator.
Yes.
Because he's working through you.
Absolutely.
And so, but but the patients as well, they have to take some responsibility.
Yes.
Let me say
Absolutely.
we.
Absolutely.
We have to take responsibility in caring for ourselves.
Absolutely.
That's where the problems arise.
Right. So, for instance, you come into me, and I would tell you, I said, listen, as of today, you're going to sit to bathe. And you're going to sit to change your clothing. You're going to sit to put on and to take off. Anything from the waist down.
Yeah.
You're going to get on your bed properly. You're going to get off your bed properly. When you get into your car, put your butt in first and then put your legs in. And then you'd ask me, well, doctor, that's so hard to do. I've been doing all these the bad things for all these years, the learning process.
Yes, it is.
And if you're concerned, as you said, you had help me help you.
Yeah.
If you're concerned, you're going to do those things. I don't expect you tomorrow, as I tell you that today, to start doing them because you've been in a mode.
And
So
a
you have-
routine.
Exactly.
It turns into
Exactly.
just that, a routine.
And you have to get yourself out of that mode and say, you know
Definitely.
something? You know, I think, let me try this thing. Yeah? Even if you never did, let me try this thing. Let me sit a bathe. Let me sit and change and so forth. Let me get off my bed properly. Let me not sit on my bed and lie down on my bed, which is the wrong thing to do. When
Right.
you get to your bed, get face down on your bed. You can do anything what you want on your bed.
Definitely.
So if we follow those instructions, we help the provider of the care.
Right. And I know some of you would want to speak to Dr. McSween. For those of you who are calling in, our number is 284-6597. 284-6597. So Dr. McSween, tell us about, I think you told me you have one more
Yes, there's one film
X-ray
here.
that you want to show us.
Right, there's one film here. That's of the lower back. This back here is curved
Right.
considerably. It's curved over to the left. You see where it's going? This patient came in.
Oh yeah, this
Right.
there. Yeah.
It's not as clear, but it's curved. It's a lumbosacral spondylosis. See the curve? Now this is from an accident.
Right.
The patient been minding this for years.
Yeah. But would they be leaning to one side though?
Well, if
Is
they
there some leaning?
of course.
Yeah,
To
because
touch
I'm
the
looking
ground.
at the curve.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Very perceptive.
Yeah.
Leaning to touch the ground. And this patient is out of Tobago.
Okay. So this is
I had to
someone
find me
that
in
you.
Trinidad.
Yeah.
You know.
So how did that turn out? They.
Patient was able to stand up
Getting
straight
care?
again. They probably felt some magician put their hands on her. Patient able to stand up. Patient able to work. You know, still have some pains because you know they just get on the back like that and move it that easily.
Yeah.
So it takes a while. Patient is on maintenance care now and so forth, but much improved
Yeah.
compared to when they first came to me.
And what about therapy? There must be. Is there physical
Well, you see-
therapy that you?
You see, I am not a physical
Suggest?
therapist. I'm not a physiotherapist. Physiotherapy may help because the physiotherapist may put heat or cool on you, stretch you, and that kind of stuff.
Right.
Chiropractic is about moving those bones.
Right. One thing that I saw more than one instance where persons would have like that shoulder blade. I think it's called the clavicle. Did I say correctly?
Yes, you said it right.
That it seems to be protruding. Like one protrudes more than the next.
No. It may seem so, especially when you have a scoliosis.
Okay.
If you have a scoliosis and where the hump is,
Mm-hmm.
you find one of the would
Yeah, you have
go
like,
up a bit.
Yeah, one is slightly
And that
higher
kind of
than.
thing, I find it a lot with patients with spondylosis as well of the cervical and thoracic spine.
Okay.
You know, so you get that hump on one side, and you get the jutting out of the bone
Right.
and that kind of thing. Chiropractic doesn't deal with that. Chiropractic doesn't cure colds. Chiropractic doesn't cure headaches. Chiropractic doesn't cure diabetes. Chiropractic doesn't cure hypertension. and all those things. Doesn't
Yes.
cure any of those. All that the chiropractor does and ought to do is to adjust those bones.
Right.
Hoping that the nerves that are squeezed would become unsqueezed, and therefore you'd be in less pain and discomfort, be able to work, be able to run, jump, play, and be involved in sports.
Definitely.
So it's not that we cure anything. People feel chiropractic cure cold. You go by some people, I will cure your cold and all kind of. No. Don't come don't come at me for your cold, because you go to a medical doctor, he's gonna have enough medication there to drug you up and stuff. But don't come to me feeling that. Now patients come to me with headaches, and I suggest certain things, and the headaches go, and so forth. I am amazed how it happens. I don't cure that.
Right.
All I do is to move the neck, adjust the spine, and so forth. But if I claim to you this is what I do and I'm not doing that, I should be practicing. I should be outlawed.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm doing. And another thing is that you find that if you go to a chiropractor and you don't know about chiropractic, and he says, get x-rays, don't ask him why.
Oh, yeah.
No, but doctor, why you send me?
That's
I went
absolutely a
by
thing.
John, Dick, and Harry, and nobody asked me for x-rays. Did they touch your back? Yes, doctor. Are they magicians? Well, I ain't no doctor. That kind of thing. So, so I make sure they get x-rays.
Yeah.
First thing you ask for, are you going to send me for x-rays? Because if they're not, run.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you need to see, and this is basic, you need to see what's going
Yes.
on before
Yes.
you can even begin
Yes.
giving a prognosis or going. I know in your mind, because your mind would be buzzing as to, okay, where do I stretch, or where do I turn, or where do I twist? You know,
Yes.
and it's something that I think a lot of people are just not willing to go. I'm seeing a lot of times where people just don't want to go to the doctor until
Yes.
it gets too late,
Yeah.
until
men in
things are
particular.
really
Men
bad,
men don't
and
like
then
doctors.
they run to the doctor.
Men don't like doctors.
So
A
is it a
woman
culture
may
thing?
come to.
Is it a culture thing?
I don't know if it's a culture thing as much as man himself. You know, because it happens here, not only here, it happens all over the place.
Right.
I'm of the Caribbean, I see it happening. A husband would come in the office with his wife, and he would stay outside in the car. You don't want to know what happened with your wife, and so forth. And if something happened to him, oh, she did. Oh, that won't go away, man. That's just a little sprain. That kind of thing.
Yeah,
so,
that kind of
so we have to also
exchange.
educate each other when we're together to make sure we take care of ourselves. Go and have your spine checked. You get up in the morning, you get a pain. Don't let some Tom, Dick, or Harry, or Junior, or whoever tell you, well, boy, come, let me rub you and stuff. You don't know what is going on. You
Yeah.
know, and don't go by someone who say, well, that's the pain, or the pain is so. They want to walk on your back and roll you on all kind of stuff. Let me tell you something. That's not the right approach.
Yes.
You know, as you go into them, they should say, well, listen, your pain, try to investigate. You had an accident, you fell down, your husband beat you up, your wife beat you up, whatever it is.
Right.
Well, listen, I need some x-rays. Give them a prescription. Get these x-rays done for me. Now, a chiropractor could see a person once or twice with all the x-rays if they're good, if they're skilled, like I am.
Right.
You know, I'm not batting my shoulder because I know.
But you are skilled.
All right.
And let's
But-
be real.
But beyond that, it's criminal
Yeah.
because you need to see. All right, you come in me a pain in your shoulder. Oh, I'm gonna fix that, and I'm gonna. Oh, you gonna fix that?
Yeah, and that's
It's sad.
basic.
Yes.
It's so basic that
course.
you need to see what you're working with.
Of course,
Because-
absolutely.
Yeah, and I just think that persons we're getting better at going to the doctor, but we're still
Yes.
not.
Yes.
We're still not where we could be in terms of looking after our health.
Yes,
Yeah.
a lot of more men are coming to see me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have men even coming in and the wife sitting there and the wife holding their hands.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So yeah, they get a little better at it. But we need to step up.
Yeah.
And we need to check ourselves. You fall down in the house, don't let nobody walk on you. And nobody pull you and rub you and stuff. Go by the chiropractor. Find a chiropractor not necessarily me. As long as the person is a chiropractor and they read those x-rays, you're in good hands.
Right.
I just directed care of a lady up in, I think it's Nevada and stuff. And couldn't sleep. 2 weeks couldn't sleep, crying, all kind of stuff. I sent her to a chiropractor. I had him take x-rays at the office, and I directed him on her care.
Yeah.
I told him, put up the x-rays, let me read the x-rays with you. And when he was amazed, said, where you from, man? Say, man, I'm from the Caribbean, from Trinidad and Tobago. He said, good. I said, well, just follow my instructions. She left his office pain-free.
Yeah.
And she been crying when I spoke to her the whole bit. Another thing I wanted to rest on is that a person comes into me with a cold, as we're saying that I don't fix no cold.
Yeah.
No, I kind of.
Don't forget, guys, if you need to call, 284-6597.
Yeah.
If you need to call.
Kinda, let me tell you why. Because I have always given my kids the pawpaw leaf blended to drink when they have a sinus problem. It works. It works all the time. I mean, all the time it works. And so a person coming into me with a cold, and I check their lung status in the x-rays because that gives me information. I can tell them, hey, you have a sinus problem. You know. They come in for the back, but I tell them, I say, well, doctor, how you know that? Well, looking at the x-rays, they don't know how I know that.
Yeah.
So the lung field, the lung field has all the garbage, particularly in front of the heart. You see it. Not in front, but behind the heart, you see it. And so there's garbage. I said, well, you know what you could do? You know the pawpaw leaf, because it has papain. And so the pawpaw leaf is the cure of dengue, Zika, and chikungunya. I am not into herbal medicine, trust me. I'm not into that. There are people who are into it. And some of that stuff works, man, I tell you. And all, if not most of my patients, are on pawpaw leaf.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, it's such a wonderful time talking with you, but time is of the essence.
Okay.
I would have loved to stay longer and hear some stories, but we need to wrap.
Sure.
But I would love for you to come back. I have so many questions. I would love for you to come back and just sit with us on brunch.
Yeah, well, I come here once a month. And the next time I'll be here is the 25th. So the Wednesday following that, I can be with you.
All right. So I hope my producer is listening. Did you hear the dates? We need to have Dr. Maxween back on brunch. All right. So we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. But before I go, the trivia question. Now, this is a good one. I think I'm getting a good feeling that somebody's going to get this question right. Who was the first official Miss Tobago Heritage Queen? Get to typing. I'm looking forward to these answers. Who was the first official Miss Tobago Heritage Queen? When we come back, we're going to be talking to KGB, upcoming artists, for our Culture Corner. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. We'll be right back after this with Brunch, a taste of Tobago.
Full disclosure with the executive every Thursday at 8 p.m. only on Tobago Updates. Real questions and honest conversations with the sole aim of keeping you fully in the know. Full disclosure with the executive every Thursday at 8 p.m. only on Tobago Updates.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up and low, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up and low. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
Summerama, real steam for the summer standard. Is a dream for the summer. Dreamy, steamy, standard. What you have? What you have? All the best deals, no drama. Standard be beat like a hammer. Go tell a friend, tell your papa, tell your mama. We got more, we got more. Standards have what is searching for. Quality brand, discounts galore. New things for the summer, online in store. Summertime is here, so make the most out of it at Standard. Never beating on quality and price. It's nice.
Right now, Tobagonians are just currying down to Bonaccord, right in Stobie Local Road. You know why? To come down and shop at Authentic Builders General Hardware, the only hardware store in Tobago that is giving you guys Trinidad prices. So for instance, such as steel, half-inch and 5/8, $7,895. 5/8 construction ply for $260. Every single thing that you will need to do your home renovation or start your new construction, we have it right here. And to get your quotation, it's very easy. Just WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will do your free WhatsApp quotation for you.
From the experts that created the Zinger sandwich comes the KFC Crispy Barbecue Zinger.
The only one I see is you.
Cheddar cheese, crispy onions, the most delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken, and barbecue sauce. Get ready for a whole new level of flavor.
October will never be better with Tobago Carnival fever. Okay, passage and come on over.
All soca lovers, stand up. All soca lovers, stand up.
Guys, Brunch, a taste of Tobago. And when I say a taste of Tobago, I mean everything and anything that is Tobago. We're talking culture now. And I am so privileged. I always say on this show, I love when young people are doing positive things, impactful things, because recently our youngsters seem to be getting a bad rep sometimes. The conversation is not very, very positive. And so when we have persons like my next guest doing positive things with music, we need to highlight these stories. Now, my next guest is KJB, yes, Carol Joseph Boyce. And he is a soul reggae artist out of Tobago. So thank you so much.
Thank you all
for joining us. I saw you when you came in, very, very humble, very mannerly. Good morning. How are you? And those things resonate with me. I love when young persons, exhibit positivity. So thank you for coming and talking with me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So tell me about Carol. Tell me about your journey. Where did you start with your writing?
I started in secondary school. That's the first time that I actually put pen to paper.
Right.
And the motive behind it was really to try to give guidance, observing my peers and just observing the world as a human being. I think that people need guidance. People at some point in time, everybody looking for experience, and sometimes we even risk our own safety. And I think I would have observed a lot of that from the environment that I came from,
right.
And I just wanted to be, at the point in time, a positive voice, and more than a positive voice, to be someone who could kind of speak on behalf of
God and kind of redirect the people to this is what God wants for your life.
So you see yourself as a blessed messenger.
Yes.
You have
yes.
you have something to preach.
Yes.
You have a message to preach.
I'm actually a pastor, but
Okay.
I try not to lead with that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So it's definitely positivity that we get from you.
Definitely.
Tell us about school. Where did you go to school?
Right. So I went to Bonaccord Primary School,
Mhm.
and then I went to Scarborough Secondary.
Scarborough Sec, yeah.
The best school on the island.
I went there too.
And then I went to UE for a while for
Mhm.
a diploma, and then I went to Caribbean Nazarene College. That's where I did BA in theology
Mhm.
and a minor in psychology.
Okay.
Yeah.
And writing was always a part of you.
Yes, I usually tell people I've come to believe that music chose me and I didn't choose music.
Mhm.
Because there are many times when I would like to not do music because of how expensive it is to do.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I can't seem to leave it alone.
And growing up, you spoke about your environment.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, now you mentioned going to Bonaccord Primary.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming you're from Bonaccord. You grew up there.
Yes,
So what was the dynamic like with you and your writing? Did your friends or your colleagues, were they supportive? Were they going another route?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
while you were
they
in your
going
zone?
they were going on next route. I grew up in church. I was privileged to grow up with both my parents, and I think that is one of the things that kept me.
Mhm.
The presence of my father in my life as well as my mother.
Right.
My friends, they didn't have that privilege, right? And so from a very early age, they got involved in the life, right? Some of them are no longer here. Some of them are behind bars. They got involved in the life, and
Right.
and even wanting to be a part of that, my parents wouldn't allow me, because I had spiritual parents, and but I was exposed. I was exposed to everything. It wasn't until age 16 that I actually started taking God seriously. Before then, my parents would insist that you have to go to church, But I would go to school and the influences are there. I would go outside to play in the community. The influences are there, the negative influences. And so I was very much exposed to it and participated in it for a while until the age of 15. No longer saw the sense in that kind of lifestyle. And now sitting on this side of the table, watching at persons on that side of the table, asking myself, how can they still see the sense in that? you know, given the consequences and the rewards of that lifestyle. And I think that is what initiated the writing of the music, because I would have tried to have personal conversations with persons, but I realized that the music was much more effective because you can't stop yourself from hearing, and then the music is so powerful that when I wrote my first song, and I think that is when even my friends realized I was a very quiet person.
Yeah.
Right? They realized that this guy seems to have some talent, and they started listening to the music and they encouraged me as well, with the music. And so the journey kept going from there. Would listen to artists, would take constructive criticism and just keep growing and just keep improving. The philosophy at some point in time became 1% improvement every time.
Right.
So that's how the journey
basically how it started
Yeah.
for you. So being on various sides, because I'm listening to you and you were definitely experiencing various sides of the spectrum, as they say. So you dealt with tragedy, you dealt with disappointment. You would have mentioned some of your colleagues who are no longer here. You also mentioned some of your colleagues and friends that would have been in the prison system. So you would have experienced each side. And so the experience that you have, the writing should come from that experience.
Yes. When it's organic and it's genuine, it's more potent, in my experience.
Right.
Because we have now a lot of persons who would just try to sing what they think the industry wants to hear them sing.
Right.
Just to be popular. And in reality, they don't actually live that lifestyle. You know, they just believe that, okay, if I sing this, then I might get some airplay, or people might, you know, I might get the attention or the forward. And a lot of the artists now, didn't really come to talk about them, but a lot of artists now are actually doing that. A lot of young artists are actually putting themselves or projecting themselves in a negative light because, it's you know, it gets them a lot of attention.
I think it alludes to the fact that any publicity is well warranted, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
And when it gets to that point, then the artists themselves, we lose ourselves because we're not portraying our true self, number one. We're not portraying ourselves through our art, which should be a spiritual and a cosmic exchange.
Definitely.
And so, which makes you different. That is why I said at the beginning, I said blessed messenger, because
that's actually my big brother. Shout out to Blessed, you know.
Oh, blessed messenger, good morning.
Yeah, shout out to Blessed.
I hope you're watching. I'm having a wonderful interview with Carol. He's very enlightening, and I hope more young persons are watching as we converse today. So tell me about your inspiration. What inspires KJB?
God. You know, short and sweet God. I believe everyone has a perspective in life, right? And my perspective, I believe God's perspective is ultimately important, right? And so everyone would speak or see things from and communicate from their perspective. And as a person who has a relationship with God, I just basically speak from my experience with God. You know? Like David said in the Psalm, I was once young, and now I'm old, and I have never seen the righteous forsaken. That was his experience. That was his journey with God. And in a similar way, I continuously in relationship and walking with God. God is so awesome. You know, he's so awesome, and so that is what inspires me. My experiences with God. I like to tell persons about it because I believe that if persons will have the relationship that I have with God, or anybody who has a relationship with God, their lives are going to improve exponentially.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, definitely.
So.
But do you think that we need to work on, because you just mentioned having a relationship with God, but having a relationship with God is not just reading his word. You have to actually clean out the clutter.
You're sounding like a pastor now.
Yeah, because as you get older, you're supposed to get wiser. You're supposed to. This is how it's supposed to be. But within us, there is so much chaos, so much clutter, so many things that don't need to be there, that we don't move over and let him work.
And what I usually say to that in the capacity of preaching is, it's like getting into a shower. You want to get cleaned, and everything that is necessary for you to get clean is inside of the shower. But many of the times we stay outside of the shower and we expect to get clean. And we approach our relationship with God in the same way.
Yeah.
Right. It's only the shower, or inside the shower, represents being in relationship with God. He's the one that does the cleaning.
Yes, he does.
You know, he actually doesn't say to us, clean up yourself and then come into the shower. Right. He actually says, come as you are to me. And he says, follow me and I will make. It is your responsibility to follow, and it is his responsibility to make you into what he already designed you to be, a finished product. You know, but many of the times we have this notion in our mind that I need to fix myself and then be appropriate in some sense before I come to God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, because he wants you to acknowledge.
Yeah.
And that's what most of us don't do. We don't acknowledge that we need him. And so he becomes a choice. I think persons make him a choice. And then that's where it
the
gets
number one priority
ticklish.
or not. It doesn't give him preeminence. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
So young persons such as yourself, doing what you're doing and professing your love for the Almighty, doing His work, do you see more young persons traveling this or charting this course?
Definitely. There are a lot of young persons that I know. A lot of young persons that I know that are on the same path. You know, there are a lot globally, regionally. Here in Tobago, in Trinidad, a lot of young people that are on this path as well.
Okay. Who are some of the persons that you met on your journey?
So I have been privileged to be a youth minister because at the age of 16, I started teaching Sunday school. I also do mentorship. Right? I worked in the school system for a while, and I've met some really good, really awesome youths that kind of restored my faith
and your passion.
And restore my faith in humanity and give me a sense of hope for the future of Trinidad and Tobago. We have some really good youths. But now, today is Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Monday, I was privileged to attend a wedding.
Okay.
One of my students,
Right.
who I taught in secondary in Mason School, him and his wife, they got married. I think they are 20 or something like that. Young persons.
All right. Okay.
There are a lot of young persons that.
So we're going to stick a pin there. We're going to come back with more from you. We're going to be back right after this. We're talking with KJB. Trust me, guys, you don't want to miss this. We'll be right back.
Are you flood ready? Review and update insurance coverage. Install floodgates and barriers. Create a family flood plan. An initiative to help people prevent, prepare, recover. Tatil, where people are people.
Mamai Lakai Home Services. We specialize in cleaning of carpets and rugs, mattresses, living room and dining room sets, vehicle detailing, cleaning and sanitizing of homes and commercial spaces. We also do landscaping and tree cutting, pressure and power washing, floor care, fumigating and air purifying. You can also call us for professional painting services, babysitting and adult sitting. Call us now 333-4430 at Mamai Lakai Home Services. We take cleaning to another level. Jimmy's Holiday Resorts has 1, 2 and 3 bedroom fully self-contained apartments located at the heart of Crown Point. Minutes walk to the popular beaches, restaurants, bars and the airport. Enjoy our amazing amenities such as fully equipped apartments complete with Wi-Fi, AC, TV and a pool and a mini-mart on the compound. Call 639-8292 or 8929. Jimmy's Holiday Resorts is your family's home away from home.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
October will never be better. With Tobago, carnival fever. Okay, passage and come on over.
Back with Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. I am speaking with a very positive, soulful messenger. That's what I call him. KJB joins us, Carol Joseph Voice. We were talking about the bad rep that our youngsters have been getting lately. And I would have mentioned the fact that you are privileged to work with mentorship and, hearing what the young people have to say and where they stand on certain issues. What were some of the experiences that you had while mentoring, meeting these youngsters?
I think one of the things that was a common trend, and it was kind of unfortunate, is the lack or absenteeism of a father figure. Right? And because I live from a biblical perspective, the Bible speaks about returning the hearts of the father to the children and the hearts of the children to the father.
Yes, it does.
And basically, everything rises and falls on leadership. And the first institution of leadership that God designed was the home. And the man was supposed to be the leader in the home, in that institution. And so when you take the man out of the home, and as we remember, society is a collection of homes.
Yes.
Right? And from a home level, the father is absent. You would hear that cry. And this is how I interpret the rebellion in society amongst youth. They are upset because they feel neglected by mostly their father.
Yes.
Fathers are absent. And so you cannot become what you're not exposed to. And if you're not exposed to a certain level of leadership at home, then it's going to show in society.
Yes,
and so, but I have been privileged to meet a lot of great youths, great youths, very intelligent, full of potential, very positive, launching businesses. I think we are in a stage now where we have youths doing things that in our era, the age that we were not able to do these things, like launch their own businesses, work for themselves. We have a high percentage of youths being self-employed, but when previously, our mindset was going to work for someone.
Yeah, we weren't doing that at that age.
So we have entrepreneurs, we have ministers, young ministers, I've been privileged to meet a lot of, it's too much. It's here, it's Tobago, it's Trinidad, it's across the region.
Yeah, but positivity it's something that we want so much of. Yeah. So we have a video of KJB, his song called Substance. But before Sustenance, my apologies, his song called Sustenance. I keep saying substance because that's just the vibe I'm getting. Maybe you need to write a song called Substance.
I'll accept the challenge.
When we leave here, write a song called Substance. But Sustenance is the name of the song. We're going to show a bit of the video. But before we do that, as we get ready to get it on screen, what would you like to say to the persons watching?
What I would say is this. As human beings, we have a tendency to confuse channels with source. And life is seasonal. And with seasons, when seasons change, channels also change. And a channel might be a relationship, a job, a career path, our income. These things change. But we only find security in things that don't change.
Right.
And so the only thing that doesn't change is our source, which is God, which is what the Bible says, our Father. Father means source.
Yes.
And so this song came to me, and the revelation that I received while I was writing this song is that for a period in my life, I had depended on my channel. And then when that channel dried up, I was frustrated.
Yeah.
And I believe that this is the message that I want to give persons. Don't depend on a channel.
Yes.
Depend on your source.
Source.
Yeah. And our source. Every created being on the planet, our source is God. Yeah.
And there you heard it. Don't depend on a channel. I think I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. Don't depend on your channel. Depend on your source. Food for thought for those of you who are listening. So we're going to take in a bit of the video, Sustenance. Not Substance. Substance is the other song he's going to write after this.
Yes.
But we're going to take in a bit of the video. So you guys check it out. That's Sustenance by King.
Him alone, I'm a sustenance. Him, I'm a sustenance. Yes,
Yes, him a me sustenance. Him a me sustenance. Yes, him a me sustenance. Him a me. Yo, me said Jesus Christ, you are my sustenance. You're more than enough, you're well sufficient. So me no praise you and no false pretense. So just walk with me and talk with me. You can't tread alone. The road of life, it is a rocky road, yo. Sometimes you have to carry heavy load. So just walk with me and talk with me. You are my sustenance. You're more than enough, you're well sufficient. So me no praise you and no false pretense. So just walk with me and talk with me. You can't tread alone. The road of life, it is a rocky road, yo. And sometimes you have to carry heavy load. So just walk with me and talk with me alone. Lord, no leave me alone. No leave me alone, Lord. Lord, no leave me alone. No leave me alone. Lord, no leave me alone. No leave me alone, Lord. Lord, no leave me alone. You give me life this morning, thank you, Jah. But I never live this life without your over. My deliverer, my defender. Now the middle of this time, you are my protector. I reflect and I remember when friends forsake me, have no paper. When strength will leave me, turn to vapor. Your friend has stick it closer than a brother. Me said, Jesus Christ, you are my sustenance. You're more than enough, you're well sufficient. So me no praise you and no false pretense. So just walk with me and talk with me. We can't shut alone. The road of life, it is a rocky road, yo. Sometimes you have to carry heavy load. So just walk with me and talk with me. You are my sustenance. You're more than enough, you're well sufficient. So me no praise you and no false pretense. So just walk with me and talk with me. You can't shut alone. The road of life, it is a rocky road, yo. Sometimes you have to carry heavy load. So just walk with me. Say me never see the righteous forsaken. God them a walk with me and talk with me. Sometimes my feet may be shaken, but him a walk with me and talk with me. Them wash away far and broken, but him a walk with me and talk with me. It don't matter what the enemy has spoken, God him a walk with me. Him alone a me sustenance. Him a me sustenance. Yes, him a me sustenance. Him a me. Yo, me say Jesus Christ, you are me sustenance. You're more than enough, you're well sufficient. So me no praise you and no false pretense. So just walk with me and talk with me. You can't tread alone. The road of life, it is a rocky road, yo. And sometimes you have to carry heavy load. So just walk with me and talk with me. You are my sustenance. You're more than enough, you're well sufficient. So me no praise you and no false pretense. So just walk with me and talk with me. We can't tread alone. The road of life, it is a rocky road, yo. Sometimes you have to carry heavy load. So just walk with me and talk with me alone. Lord, no leave me alone. No leave me alone, Lord. Lord, no leave me alone. No leave me alone. Lord, no leave me alone. No leave me alone, Lord. Lord, no leave me alone.
We are back. That was the video Sustenance. KJB, the artist, new, fresh, upcoming soul, reggae, messenger, voice of the people, voice of the Almighty, whatever label you want to place. Now tell us about Sustenance. What was your inspiration for this particular song?
Being honest and transparent, this song was written at a really difficult season in my life, right? At this season, both my wife and I were both unemployed, right? And we had to still do life and still do adulting. We had like loans to pay, rent to pay, children. We had at a point in time had one daughter. I have two daughters now, but at that point in time we had. So life was still going on, and it was really frustrating. And it was in that season, we were unemployed for 9 months, right? It was in that season that this song came, and that was a couple of years ago. But I felt as though God kind of allowed me to release it now, because I've been trying to release it. I actually tried to release it last year. It didn't happen. But the song came in that season, and the lesson was what I spoke about previously in terms of understanding your source and your channels. And losing the income or losing the job was, God had to shift my attention from, hey, that's not your source, that's a channel.
Yeah.
And it's a new season, the season is changing, and I am still here. And long story short, we didn't owe anyone, we didn't owe the bank, we didn't owe anybody. Nothing collapsed, nothing fell. We were able to still somehow miraculously keep paying what we needed to pay and survive and eat and doing much better even now. So
well, praises be, because God definitely stepped in and really saw you through. Thus your faith continues to be renewed. That's what I'm sensing from speaking with you. So where can we reach you? Your social tags?
Right. So I am on YouTube at KJB Carroll. Right, KJB Carroll on YouTube. I also on Instagram at KJB Music.
Right.
And I am on TikTok as well. KJB Music.
Just KJB Music?
Yeah.
Okay, just KJB Music. All right, guys. So before we wrap, thank you. Let me thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and we definitely want to see more and hear more from you. Inspiring stories. We are definitely going to keep in touch, because you're definitely one of the persons that we need to watch. We need to hear what you're doing, see where
really
you're going.
Yeah,
so we're definitely going to keep an eye out. So before I go to break, guys, trivia question. I don't think anybody got it as yet, and this is so easy. You guys should get this. I'm going to just mention the trivia question again. Who was the first official Miss Tobago Heritage Queen? Who was the first official Miss Tobago Heritage Queen? All right, so guys, let's have your answers. All right, just to mention, I entered that competition in the year 2000. Just saying, I placed 3rd, and it was a very enlightening and heartwarming experience in my life. I just thought I should mention that. But we'll be right back after this with Book Club. Our sister Jewel Green joins us with author and litigator Iana Benjamin. And so we're going to hear more about her book and what's next for her. Yeah? So we're going to be right back after this.
Summerama, real steam for the summer at Standard. Is a dream for the summer. Dream is steamy. Standard. What you have? All the best deals, no drama. Standard beat like armor. Go tell your friend, tell your papa, tell your mama. We got more. Standards have what you're searching for. Quality brand, discounts galore. New things for the summer, online in store. Summertime is here, so make the most out of it at Standard. Never beating on quality and price. It's nice.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up to them once again. They better look out below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look out below, 'cause this is your show.
Summerama, real steam for the summer at standard. Is a dream for the summer. Dreamy, steamy, standard. What you have, what you have? All the best deals, no drama. Standard be beat like a hammer. Go tell your friend, tell your papa, tell your mama. We got more, we got more. Standards are what is searching for. Quality brand, discounts galore. New things for the summer, online in store. Summertime is here, so make the most out of it at Standard. Never beating on quality and price. It nice.
Jade Monkey. We celebrate a living legend, Curtis Garant, the Outer International General Garant. Guarantee. On the 6th of August, it's a celebration with the General Grant, and he's coming with his friends, Gordonite, Ziggy Rankin, Sasha, and Prophet Benjamin. Your DJs, Trendsetter Goofy, and Adjacent G Artistry, Dreads International. Admission only $100 at the door. You pay more. Get your tickets now at Jade Monkey Bar, Barcode, Happy Place Bar, and Pablo Supermarket. For more information, call 266-6626 or 366-0991. Follow us on Instagram at Jade Monkey Bar TBG, on Facebook at Jade Monkey Bar Tobago. It's a celebration with the General Grant on the 6th of August from 9 p.m. at the Jade Monkey. This event powered by Digicel, Carib, Cool Control Air Conditioning, and Blue Heron Establishment.
All soca lovers, stand up. All soca lovers, stand up.
Are you flood ready? Monitor trusted sources for info. Wear protective gear when you clean up. Contact your insurance provider to assess the damage. An initiative to help people prevent, prepare, recover. TATIL, where people are people.
Inner Health, number 13B, Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago, with over 25 years experience, offering services in and not limited to microscopic blood analysis, reflexology, and the sale of a wide range of organic herbal products used to supplement thyroid, lymphatic, heart, kidney, and brain health, and the male and female reproductive systems. Come and chat with us. Remember, your health is your wealth.
Good morning, viewers in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. Thank you for being with us today. I am Jewel Green, and this is Book Club Corner, where every Wednesday on Tobago Updates, we talk to local authors about their books, and we connect the local readers with local authors. Thank you for being with us today. Today we have with us Iana Benjamin, published author, attorney at law, and adjunct professor at Edwards Waters University. And we are really happy to have her here with us. Welcome, Iana.
Thank you so much for having me.
Before we get into Iana, let me tell you, you know how we do it on Book Club Corner. We have brunch on Book Club Corner, and of course, we got some wines for you today. So we want to talk about this wine, and we want to thank our sponsor, Jofield Wine. They sponsored us. This wine is called Sweet Potato Wine. Can you imagine? We have a sweet potato wine. And this wine is a really smooth, earthy blend, but we're going to do the 5 S's of wine tasting, which is we're going to see the wine. We're going to look at the color, clarity. We are going to swirl the wine. We sniff the wine. We sip and we savor.
It's good.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting some very light. So this white wine is a very light wine. It isn't heavy. It isn't weighted down at all. Some woody notes to it, but you're getting this really crisp, light. Let me tell you, this wine, 12%, you want to get some of this. And I just want to tell you, we have some branded glasses. We want to thank our sponsor. We will get into that a little later, but we are now Book Club Corner Glasses. So we want to cheers today. Thank you for being with us, Iana, and we want to get into your book, right?
Sure.
So when I saw this book, and we know each other well,
yes,
but online. First time I'm meeting you. It's so good to meet you. So when I saw this book, I Am Well, I said, is this a book about health? And then I saw, I read the description and I saw that it's a mantra book for children.
Yes.
So my question is, Iana, tell us, why did you decide to write a mantra book for children? And tell us also, what is a mantra?
So firstly, I decided to write the book for my son. He is now 5 years old. And it was during COVID, and he wasn't getting to interact with other children his age because he was kind of secluded. And I would often recite mantras to him. So mantras are just positive sayings that you say to yourself about yourself, to uplift yourself and inspire yourself. So I would say mantras to him all the time. So I said, you know what, maybe I could just write down the things that I want him to say to himself and codify it in a book form. And then I looked into publishing. I'm like, maybe I could get this published. And then went down that rabbit hole of trying to get it published.
Oh, we're going to talk about that. We're going to get into that publishing rabbit hole you mentioned. But this book, I Am Well, let me tell you, y'all are looking sometimes for good books for your children, good local books. And this book is one of those. I Am Well is such a well-written book. I mean, sometimes because we think it's for children, we usually oversimplify it, right? But this book, as you're saying, is a mantra. And for those out there who are wondering, yes, she gave the explanation, but it's also like an affirmation.
Absolutely.
Something positive about yourself.
Yes.
That you're looking to happen for yourself.
Absolutely.
Right? You may not feel it's true today because, sometimes we deal with, confidence in ourselves and what we can do and who we are. But this book is helping children get that confidence, speaking positive words into themselves, speaking life into themselves. And we want to get into the book. We want to read some of it.
Absolutely.
And our author, we love to be read to on Book Club Corner, right? So I Am Well, Mantras for Young Hearts and Young Minds. Oh, I love this. And the feel, before you start to read it, I just wanted to, I love the feel of the cover of the book. Let me tell you, I'm a bookie. I'm a bibliophile to my core. So when I get a book, I have to feel.
I'm like you. I like a physical book. Like I read online too, often, but I like to hold a book.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I loved how the cover felt. I said children are going to love to hold this book and to touch it.
Yes.
And just to throw this in for the schools that you've attended. So you went to Speyside and to Bell Garden Anglican Primary School.
Yes.
We're going to get into whether you're going to be reading for your alma mater, those little kiddies.
That's a great
We're
idea.
on vacation, but don't forget, you could go back to them and probably donate some of these books. So let's get into reading.
Okay, great. I am well. I am flowing like the ocean. I am flowing like the streams. I am well. I'm rustling like the cane fields. I'm rustling like the trees. I am well. I am soaring high in the clouds above. I am well. I am soaring like the eagles above. I am well. I am happy. I am healthy. I am well. I am enough. I am made of good stuff. I am well. I am free-flowing like a kite. I am light. I am well. I am the source of all goodness. I am the source of all kindness. I am well. I am grace. I am fit to run and win this race.
Let's pause there.
Yes.
Let's pause there. These are some powerful words you've put in here, Iana. And let me just go back.
Yes.
I realize there's some flow and poetry in here.
Yes.
So while they're saying their mantras, they're getting some poetry, some some poetry down in here. Are you a poet? Tell us.
At age 7, I started writing poems. Yeah, I don't necessarily classify myself as just a poet.
Yeah.
But I like poems. I like poetry. Yes.
Let me tell you, we love poets here. When we have brunch on Book Club Corner and we start to get into our wine, sometimes we wax poetic with these words. But you have here, I am well. I'm flowing like the ocean. This really, like this ocean and like a stream, really getting into our Caribbean, right? Our geography as it is, in terms of having water everywhere, whether it's streams, rivers, and I really like that. And then you talk about cane fields.
Yes. I had to throw in some Caribbean roots there.
All right then.
Yes.
I am rustling like the cane fields, right? Rustling like the trees. I love that. And I also like that you're taking the children high, you're taking them low, very personal, making it personalized for them in terms of their experience. So it's not something that they like trains and I don't know nothing about that. It's something they can identify
Definitely.
with.
And the imagery too.
Yes.
The imagery, I commend the illustrator for capturing what I was trying to say as well.
And I love the imagery. So when you found this is what I wanted to do, when you decided I'm going to write a mantra book for children, you had put it down.
Yes.
And
that was the easy part.
And then you decided, I'm going to publish this book.
Yes.
Tell us about that process.
So firstly, finding an illustrator. So especially knowing that I wanted to do a children's book, imagery was important.
Right.
Getting great, crisp images was key. So I found my illustrator. She's actually a Native American, and she, I found her online, and she was part of a website called Upwork, and you can find different illustrators there.
Yeah.
And when I presented the project to her, she was like, I want to jump in and get in on this project with you. And she knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, she did.
She did.
Listen, it is options that authors and publishers need. And Upworks, let me tell you, Upworks is one of those sites, just like Fiverr.
Yes.
If you were to need somebody to do your graphics, to do your book cover, to help you do your illustrations for your book, Upworks is a good space. And that is as well for persons who do that kind of work. You can use those websites to also get work for yourself. It's not only you go there if you're looking for somebody to do your graphics or your book cover to help you edit, but if you do that kind of work, if you're a graphic artist, if you're somebody who is into illustration, you can also go to Upworks or Fiverr. And we're giving you some good hints. Let me tell you, to do and make money from home. We did not forget what COVID did to us, and we will never forget, right? So these are places you can go to make money and to offer your services to authors, to publishers, to persons who are needing that kind of work, right? So let's carry on with this. So you decided to publish, you went and you tell me the next step. You got up and you decided, I'm going to publish. How did you find a publisher? And did you find difficulty? Because we are in the Caribbean, and at that time you were in Germany. You live in Germany.
I do.
Right? So you're a diaspora author.
Yes.
Did you find it easy to get a publisher and have them understand what you wanted them to do for you and to go through that process of publishing?
So when I began the research about getting a publisher, I realized that the children market space, the children book market space, is very crowded. So uploading your manuscripts to have them read it, to have them pick out one, would have been like a hard task, like one in a million, like one of those tasks. And you would probably have been rejected a lot. So I decided quickly not to go down that route of trying to get a publisher. So this book is self-published. So researching on Google, figuring out ISBN numbers, where to upload it, how to upload it, how many ISBN numbers do I need? Do I need one for like the ebook?
Yeah.
Do I need one for the physical copy of the book? So it was a process of doing a lot of research that a publisher probably would have done for me. On you know, if I was selected. But I knew right away that I would have had to self-publish, especially doing it the way as quickly as I wanted to do it too. Because I was able to, like I said, write out the mantras pretty quickly. The hard part was getting that research done, figuring out ISBN numbers. That was the next step, getting an ISBN number and uploading it to a specific self-publishing site, and they would actually do the distribution for me.
We, in the Caribbean, we love self-publishing. We really do. We love it because it's one of our main options. Right.
You have autonomy too.
Yes.
Right?
And that's what a lot of the authors that I deal with and handle come to understand. You retain the rights to your book when you self-publish. It is a process because you have to do everything on your own. Every step of the way, you have to figure it out on your own. But the benefit to that is that you own the rights to your book. And that means, and we haven't dealt with this a lot in the Caribbean, but that means you now can go and option the rights to your book if somebody wanted to do it for a movie or a play.
Absolutely.
Right? And those are one of the benefits because you can now get paid for your book. But when you sometimes go the traditional publishing route and have a publishing company, so you get a book agent, you approach different publishing companies through your agent, and they say, yes, we love your book. We want to pay you for your book. That means you do not own that book anymore.
That's true.
Right? So when you pay for it on your own, self-publish, and we're not advocating for one over the other, right? Everybody wants to be a J.K. Rowling, a Derek Walcott. They went the traditional publishing route.
But they got rejected a lot along the way too.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Your heart.
Yeah.
You have to, as I say, your shoulders have to be real broad, right?
For sure.
You have to be able to let things run off like duck feathers. You cannot take this personal. It is literally, sometimes you're not getting people to believe in you. And J.K. Rowling is the author of Harry Potter and all of those big books, Daniel Steele and all of these people. They also got rejections as well. So we're not advocating for, self-publishing over traditional publishing or vice versa. What we're saying to you, do your research, take that into consideration. And if you are going the self-publishing route, you are going to have the option to keep the rights to your book, but you will have to do a lot of the work yourself. And one of these days, we're going to address the marketing side of it in terms of what you have to do. So you decided to go the self-publishing route, and that took you down the road to get somebody to do the cover, the illustration. And I'm looking here at the book. Why did you choose, or was this not the colors that you're looking at, and perhaps even the font?
Yes.
Those are considerations that authors have to be so mindful of, because you have to identify your market, and then you have to figure out, okay, it's for children, so it needs to be a specific size.
Correct.
The book has to have a lot of pictures and pretty. So tell me, the font size, the font type.
Yes. All selected by me.
Why did you choose this font? Because it has a cursive.
It has a cursive because of that flow. I feel like when you think of wellness, you think of water, you think of flowing. So I chose this particular font size. I wanted it to be large. Not too large, but large enough that you can read it even in the dark.
Yes.
Don't advocate for that. But yes, that flowy version of it is because of that wellness aspect of it.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. But that is something, so you went really into the nitty-gritty of it when you...
Absolutely. Yes.
Look at that. So she chose, Iana chose a font size that would even speak to the flow.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The flow that this mantra book would create inside of a child.
Yes.
And this is why you chose this cursive. And it's not very cursive, but you get where you get to follow, each letter is following on from each other. And I love
sometimes
that.
cursive can be illegible.
Yes.
This is not. This
No,
is quite
not
legible.
at all. Yeah. I want us to continue reading because it's not a lot of words in this book. It's a children's book, easy to read. And we stopped where it says, I am well, this little boy with the dog. Could we continue?
Yes. I am well. I am the source of all goodness. I am the source of kindness. I am well. I am grace. I am fit. And I will win this race. I am well. I represent blessings from above. I am mercy. I am love.
I love that.
Yes.
I am blessings. I represent blessings from above. I am mercy. I am love. And these are some powerful words for children to be able to recite, to formalize about themselves. It's identity creation. It's personality creation. It's love for yourself. You don't have to wait until you become an adult to love yourself. You don't have to wait until your kids turn to adults to teach them how to love themselves. You can start as a child. Your son inspired you to write this book.
He did.
And tell me, have you seen differences in him since he's been using your book? Does he use the book? Does he love the book as much as you want him to?
He does. He uses it a lot. So there's a create your own mantras at the very end. So it's almost like a workbook at the end. So you can write your own sayings to yourself, and he uses it to write his own sayings. So that's really, really cool.
Yes.
And he's like, it's mommy's book. I'm going to write in it. Yeah.
I love that. I love that in the back of this book, you can write whatever you want in this book. And let me tell you, you don't only have to write mantras, kids. You can also start to write your own story.
Absolutely.
Right? So if this book inspires you as a child while you're reading it, that you want to write your own story, this is a great place to start penning your ideas.
I love
it.
it.
And I can't tell you how much books mean to us. It opens up your imagination. It opens up your whole world. And to have a book that is talking about self-love and really getting into the mind of the person, the child, the mind of the child, I think it's extremely important. Iana, what age group is this book for?
I would say the target age group is from 4 to like teens, especially when you get into those teen years where you like really like using it as your diary, right? Like you said, to write your own personal things in there too. But yeah, I think as young as age 4, because I think that's when that's when my son started to write.
Okay.
So yeah.
So tell me, are you going to be doing any more book projects?
I believe
Give
so.
us the tea.
What's
happening?
I feel like once you get that virgin book out, you feel like you can do it again. Yeah,
I love
absolutely. I want to do something inspired by travel, though. So we've been traveling quite a bit. So I have something brewing about travel.
4 children?
4 children as well.
So I don't want you to sell out everything, but we want it to Iana. When you say travel for children, what do you mean? What kind of book you're looking to do?
Something about all the countries in the world. That's my hint.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
I love it. I can see it.
Yeah.
I can definitely see it. The illustrations, different countries. I love it. Guys, let me tell you, we're dealing with books in book club. We read books, we talk to authors, we connect you with your local books. And this diaspora author, a Tobagonian author, she went to Bell Garden and Speyside Anglican School. She was at Signal Hill when it used to be Signal Hill
Senior Comprehensive
All right
School.
then.
Yes.
And as well, the other school,
Scarborough Junior Secondary School.
And it's now called Scarborough Sec. And she is here for a reunion.
Yes, it's our 25th year of graduation. Yes.
Oh
so we're
gosh.
celebrating this weekend.
Yeah.
Friday, we have like a meet and greet. Saturday, we have our gala. And then Sunday, we have a family and sports day. So it'll be a great weekend of.
What do your friends think about your book?
They love it. They have really been supportive in terms of buying it and promoting it. And we have our 98 year, we graduated in 1998, and we have just really bonded. We're bonded in a really special way. So they've been really supportive and bought it for a lot of their children.
I love that.
Yeah.
So you are getting sales for your book locally. And I love that. A lot of our authors have come back to me. You know, in Book Club Corner, we interview authors all the time. And a lot of them have come back to me and said, you know, Joel, people meet me and say, I saw you on Book Club Corner. I have to come get your book. Especially one of our authors, Clement Williams.
Yes.
He has a book called Vintage Images of Tobago. He says, people see me all the time. They say, I saw you on the YouTube channel. I saw you on Facebook. I saw you on Tobago Updates. And I'm coming to get that book. And it is so gratifying for me to know that we have a space for authors to come share their book and their love for the literary arts, their love for the written word, and to make their book known to the public. Because if people don't know about your book, how are they going to buy it? Guys, you have to start telling people about your book. And Book Club Corner is your space to come love upon your book, love upon your art, love upon your craft, your creativity as an author. This is the space for you. So if you're an author out there, in Tobago especially, and you want your book to be talked about and discussed on Book Club Corner, give us a call. We have a Facebook page. Check us out. But before we go any further, I want to thank our sponsor for this centerpiece. We want to thank Neve Mackenzie of I4D Design, and I4D Design is a local floral design shop right here in Lowlands, that street opposite Magdalena Grande, and he gave us this lovely centerpiece. Let me tell you, locally made. He just threw the stick, so I collected it this morning, and he did such a good job. All, what do you call it, fish in a bowl.
Oh,
it's a fish bowl he used and transformed all of this into this beauty that's sitting here with us. So Neve, thank you very much for this floral arrangement. Every Wednesday, Neve will be giving us a fresh bouquet of flowers, a fresh centerpiece for Book Club Corner. And we support local on Book Club Corner. We support local winemakers, local florists, local. We are totally local, and we hope to stay so. We want to get back into this book. And what I want to discuss with this book, about this book, in terms of you as an author, I see that you have here to the back of the book, because a lot of times we are focused on the front, we focus what's in the book, but I see you have here a profile about yourself in the book, as well as the illustrator.
Yes.
What motivated you to give the illustrator a space in your book for exposure and visibility?
She also was surprised when I said to her, listen, I definitely want you to be featured. But she did such a great job.
Yes.
Like, she did such a phenomenal job. And I wanted to also promote minority illustrators too.
Yes.
So I said, you know what, wherever in the world this book is, you need to be a part of it, and you need to be featured. I definitely gave her a space to tell us who she is, and she was so grateful. Yeah.
I love that. And there is so authors, this is just to let you know, when you are doing your book, consider making sure that you have a spot in your book, not just the back for your face, but perhaps even in the book to talk about yourself and to give information about yourself, where perhaps if you have other books, right, you can add a prologue to the back, and that's a nice space for you to give a read on. You know, if you loved my book, you'd love my next project, right?
Absolutely.
And this is my book that's coming up. We want to wrap up here at Book Club Corner. We want to thank you for being here. I know a lot of persons would have enjoyed the Emancipation holiday yesterday. You all were up, out, and about. And today, perhaps you're taking a little loo day. We won't speak on it. We are home, relaxing, watching us on Book Club Corner. We want to thank you again for tuning in with us. Every Wednesday, we'll be here. And we want to thank as well the company I4 Design, Joe Field Wines, for sponsoring us this lovely centerpiece and the wines. We have a wine to give away, and if you keep checking our Facebook page, we are going to tell you how you can win this wine. It's a cassava wine, and it's fantastic. 12% alcohol, people. And as I keep saying, these are adult choices. This is an adult refreshment. Please, no children, just the book, right? So we want to thank you for tuning in. Again, thank you, Iana, for being here with us. Iana Benjamin, guys, get her book. It's called I Am Well. And this book is on Barnes & Noble, Amazon, eBay. I checked it out myself. It's very accessible. And she will soon be having the book locally available to you here in Tobago and in Trinidad. And you can keep tabs on her. She's on Facebook as Iana Del Benjamin. And please get your local read. Just for a plug for the Tobago Writers Guild before we go, they have a book sale tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, right downstairs in the Port Mall. And if you're looking for your next summer read, you can check them out. Iana is going to be here with them at that book sale, the Tobago Writers Guild. And we want to thank you for sticking with us to the end of Book Club Corner. And cheers, Iana.
Cheers.
It was wonderful having you.
Thank you. You're awesome.
From the experts that created the Zinger sandwich comes the KFC Crispy Barbecue Zinger.
The only one I see is you.
Cheddar cheese, crispy onions, the most delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken, and barbecue sauce. Get ready for a whole new level of flavor.
Right now, Tobago onions are just currying down to Bon Accord. right in Tobago local road. You know why? To come down and shop at Authentic Builders General Hardware, the only hardware store in Tobago that is giving you guys Trinidad prices. So for instance, such as steel, 1/2 inch and 5/8, $7,895. 5/8 construction ply for $260. Every single thing that you will need to do your home renovation or start your new construction, we have it right here. And to get your quotation, it's very easy. Just WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will do your free WhatsApp quotation for you.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Are you flood ready? Review and update insurance coverage. Install floodgates and barriers. Create a family flood plan. An initiative to help people prevent, prepare, recover. TATIL, where people are people.
Mamai Lakai Home Services. We specialize in cleaning of carpets and rugs, mattresses, living room and dining room sets, vehicle detailing, cleaning and sanitizing of homes and commercial spaces. We also do landscaping and tree cutting, pressure and power washing, floor care, fumigating and air purifying. You can also call us for professional painting services, babysitting and adult sitting. Call us now 333-4430 at Mamai Lakai Home Services. We take cleaning to another level.
Brunch, a taste of Tobago. We want to thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening, for watching, and being a part of everything and anything Tobago. Before I go, I just want to mention the trivia question one more time. No one got the answer, so I think I'm going to stick with this question for a while. The trivia question was, who was the first official Miss Tobago Heritage Queen? Who was the first official Miss Tobago Heritage Queen? So we're going to stick with that. I know someone is going to get it. I have faith in you guys. We just want to thank everyone who made today possible. Thank you for my amazing team, my technical crew. Thank you for the guests who graced the brunch set today. And before I go, always remember, you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and I wish you peace, love, and light. That's it for brunch today. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.